Hello, everyone. I'm the OK Player, and we're back with a brand new podcast. I'm here with my two companions, Cool Dude Plays and the BCG. I know Cool Dude Plays.
What's up, guys?
What's such an original name? Welcome.
Sadly, Nova couldn't be here today, but we wish him good luck
Sadly,
with
he
whatever
has
he's
things
doing.
to do, like a life.
Oh man, I wish I had one.
Me too. All I do is sit here and podcast with these two guys I know.
Ooh, you podcast with two people? Ooh.
Oh, you guys probably don't know them.
Are they losers?
Oh, yeah, beyond all belief.
Oh god, I'm glad I'm not them.
I know. I'm glad you're not them either. Alright, let's get this skit out of the way.
So, the OK Player, what is today's topic?
Oh, we're talking about what everybody's talking about.
JUULs and how they will make you sound like me.
Well, like JUUL ain't smoking, all that stuff.
Yeah, all that stuff.
All that stuff that people always taught you not to do in school, but people still do it anyway.
Yeah,
Don't ask why.
Cause we rebels, cuh. We rebels.
Usually people are trying to
in health,
get cool with it. Yeah.
It's like in health class. It's like make sure not to do this, otherwise you'll get sick and maybe cancer and all that stuff. And then it turns out that even though we had health class talking about not to do that, people will still because people are freaking morons.
It's hard to listen to teachers about you should not smoke when after school you'll see them by their cars having their hourly smoke because they just can't handle their jobs anymore.
Oh my god.
That's so messed up. But it is true because like people everywhere, all over the world, are still doing all this stuff that they know they shouldn't be doing because it's not healthy, but they still do it anyway.
Dude, let me tell you something. Nicotine is one of the most addictive drugs on the planet. It's on levels
not
with
the most.
Dude,
it's one of the most.
Dude, it's close. It's very close to heroin, I think.
Oh, that's really bad.
Yeah. Whitney Houston.
Basically,
listen, if Bobby Brown could kick coke, but he couldn't kick smoking, you know there's a problem. Yeah, I don't know if Bobby Brown smoked, but he did do a lot of coke. Yeah, everyone in the 70s did. But back to the topic. It is very dangerous, and the way
I feel bad for the actors from back in the days when smoking was still considered okay to do. I feel bad for those actors because like in the movies and TV shows, they were either made to or allowed to do that, and now they just can't stop.
Dude, let me tell you something.
It's just so addictive.
Nicotine, chewing gum, and all that stuff was advertised the hell out of kids, but not really. You know, chewing gum from baseball players? That's like tobacco.
Yeah.
That's like chewing tobacco. The same with the rolled up ones, the double bubble. Those are like the cans of. Yeah, they try to advertise it to kids hypnotically or whatever. They try to get kids to smoke because that's the biggest market in the planet. If you plant a seed in a child's mind, it's going to grow into a cash tree in the future. And what they're doing with JUULs now is saying they're a good alternative to smoking when one JUUL cartridge is the equivalent to 20 cigarettes. Apparently.
That is so bad. And then you have those people who are saying, "Oh no, joint isn't as bad as smoking," but when it's really worse in a way.
I keep hearing this ad when I'm at work. I couldn't stop smoking. I just smelled terrible. My breath was bad, and I just always had this smoke smell on me. But thanks to these JUULs, I don't have any of that.
The same cigarette smell with the same cancerous causes.
People shouldn't fall for that, legit, seriously.
People are dumb enough to fall for that. If they feel like they can have an alternative to something they can't stop getting their hook for, they want the bad parts, except the part that they're still going to get cancer from. What's the point? It's still bad for you. You're not going to smell like cigarettes anymore.
Honestly,
you're going to smell like some obnoxious smell.
Like adults these days are still doing it because they've been doing it for a while. But kids are starting to do it because they think that they are cool if they do. But really, it's just you signing the contract saying, "Hey, you're most likely gonna die or get some kind of disease from smoke."
Dude, it's not even that people think it's cool. It's the fact that it's how it's advertised to people. it's not seen as cool. You don't see cigarette commercials anymore. You don't see those. But what you do see is signs saying are celebrities doing it. Now, I don't think
Yeah.
everything celebrities do is cool. But if I saw a celebrity beating a homeless man, you better believe I'm gonna go out in the streets and find me a homeless man to beat up.
The thing is, the new street, not on New Street, but the newsstand, near our high school, they sell that stuff. They sell tobacco, cigarettes, jewels.
Yeah, the
They
worst.
sell it to these kids, and the kids are always going there. I go there, but just to get like a soda.
Just like you,
I'll,
people
I'll get,
just
I'll
get.
get there to go. I'll get there. I'll just go to get soda, bubble gum, or maybe like gummies, or like like a snack that has like
Stuff
sugar
John
in it.
Stamos
But
has
then,
for
but
breakfast.
then, but then, like I'll see other people. They go there to buy their next pack of JUUL.
Do they
You know
not?
what I mean?
Do they not
Plus,
ID
jewels
there?
are like. Wait, what?
ID. You need to have an ID to buy nicotine products.
Yeah, but like people can get away with
no,
it.
well, like yeah, they're getting away with it because when I go and I see someone buying a new pack, like they don't need to show their IDs. They just get it. They
Yeah.
just get it, pay for it, and go. Like they're not showing the person at the desk their IDs
Yeah,
before
dude.
buying.
Let me tell you
And
something.
the person isn't even asking, "Hey, I need to see your ID first." It's like no, like
It's just like they're just like whatever. I'm making this.
And these things
How
will
dare
hook
you.
you hard. Like really, really hard. There are people who constantly do them. I've seen some people do it in class, but I didn't say anything because I ain't no snitch. Do what you want to. Just
in
don't
class,
have it affect me.
damn.
In class.
Yeah, but
That's
the
probably
worst,
the most
but the worst
retarded
part
thing
is
to do it.
when they lose them or just stop doing them, they are like smack addicts, man. They are honest to God. No, I'm not even exaggerating. They start crying. They start getting all emotional. The same way my mom was when she stopped smoking. When these people are so hooked to this one thing that they need to live, they'll do anything for it, and it's really sad because they've become hooked to an industry that is benefiting from their own downfall. These people don't care about buying food, buying water, paying on their car payments, rent. All they care about is getting their fix. That's all they care about. It's like a crack addict, and it gets that bad, which really is sad.
Yeah.
It's just scary how like serious it can get, basically.
Dude, in our history class, there's this kid. I'm not gonna say who, but
Don't
there's
say
this kid.
nothing. He ain't no snitch.
Like in his bag were cigarettes, and him and his friends were talking about it before class started, and they were like, dude, I could smell it from here. I could smell it from here. The smell obviously being from the cigarette. So like they could smell it, and they're like, dude, I can smell from here, bro. You got to get that out. And so then he literally rushes out to the bathroom, which is which is close to our classroom. Like the bathroom is close to the history classroom, and so he grabs his bag and starts running towards the bathroom to probably, I don't know, probably get rid of it or to light a cigarette up.
Yeah.
So I was so like what like and I knew it was most likely something like cigarettes because they were like, dude, I could smell from here. It's like what would you be scared about if it smells bad? You know what I mean?
And the
I
bad
don't
part
want to
is
burst.
it's
Listen,
like-
dude, I don't want to burst your bubble, but I don't think they were talking about cigarettes.
No. They said cigarettes. I'm pretty sure they said cigarettes.
They don't emit a smell like that, but there is something else that does.
What?
Think of the 70s and how everyone was a hippie.
Oh shit. Oh,
Yeah.
you don't think that they? Oh my god, that's even worse.
Oh god.
That's even worse. Oh god. Let's not mention it only for the purpose of somewhat PG content on this channel. But
Yes, we won't add.
yeah,
to
if
this.
if you viewers know what we're talking about, yeah.
Yo,
Oh god.
your
Hopefully,
grandpappy
and
did it when
to
he was
those
a kid.
and to those who And to those who don't know, good for you. You are very innocent.
Yes, very.
Yeah, that's why your life is gonna be terrible.
The scary part is most of these people get these drugs are teenagers.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
they're teenagers. Teenagers are still trying to figure out if they're cool or not, and if they're not cool, then they'll be desperate enough to do whatever the hell they want in order to become cool.
Oh yeah,
That's just how
desperation.
teenagers are.
Desperation is one of the biggest things in life. You would try
Yeah.
so hard to be something you're not so you can fit in, so you can be better, but you just end up ruining yourself and your image while you're doing it. Very fun. Very, very fun.
You're also hurting the people around you, like that actually.
Oh yeah, remember when
That
those
is
remember
bad.
those when those people came to our school in the middle school
Oh
for
yeah.
the presentation?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Had 2 bricks of heroin a day or something like that. I don't know. Just honestly disgusting. It is disgusting, but it starts at a young age, and it doesn't just start. It starts from curiosity. It can start from curiosity, depression, any of that stuff. Any people will do anything to make themselves feel better.
It's just so bad when
Honestly.
It's
you
amazing how
understand it all.
fast. It's amazing how fast this got depressing.
Yeah,
It's just like
this
drugs
is
are.
a very. This just got like a whole another serious level of a topic on
Yeah,
this
yeah, dude.
podcast
Trust me,
channel.
drugs will ruin your life. Know that now,
They will
kids.
like take over your life and just like mess it up.
Oh, trust me, dude. I remember my parents told me there was this drunk driving accident. 4 kids in a car. Only two. The only my father's cousin. He was the only one who hadn't been drinking. They were all drunk. They were all driving. Car crash. Passed away on instant. No, not instant.
That's,
They got to his liver,
that's so bad.
and just like
Oh,
that,
that's horrible.
someone's child is gone like that. The
Yeah.
person they loved, they made, snap of
It's
a finger,
just
they're
like
gone.
messed up how like it's just bad how like these things can take over your life so quickly.
Well, they only take over your life if you allow them. These things are seen as numbers to make your life feel better. People don't just drink to party, they drink to not feel anything. They drink so they don't have to feel anything for a few hours. So they can feel that bliss, that ignorance, so they can feel like they're actually happy.
Yeah. I remember I remember I read an article, and it was about this, and it was about this topic. It was pretty much about uh, that cigarette smoking, all that stuff. And this guy tried to quit, but he couldn't. It was too addictive for him, and he actually committed suicide.
Oh yeah, this stuff
So,
can.
but when you think about it, it was it's messed up because he quit because he knew it could kill him, but then later he would kill himself anyway. So like that is pretty bad when you think about it. Like that's how bad it could turn someone from being this happy person to being suicidal. Like that is
Yep.
bad. That's really bad.
You just gotta avoid like all these things. Like if someone says, "Oh, this will make you so," cool, just ignore it. It's not good. It's not gonna make you.
If I'm pretty sure we talked about this before on the podcast. I don't remember which, but I remember we talked about saying if you know it's bad, then don't do it. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you have the slightest feeling of guilt, or you know that you might get in trouble for it or anything like that, then just don't do it. Better better
Mm-hmm.
off better off to not get into something that you're gonna regret getting into. And it's also pretty much don't do what you wouldn't want your family to see.
Don't do
Because
what
it
you
hurts
wouldn't
them
want
as
your.
well.
Don't do what your parents wouldn't do.
Yeah.
Basically, life is a precious thing. You only get one, unless you're a Buddhist. Then you get levels. But you only get this one life to live, a happy one. Choose to live a happy one. Don't have second thoughts. Don't think, oh, what'll happen? Just do it. Live life to your fullest while being safe. Don't be too safe, but don't get in too much trouble. Live
Just don't
life.
be reckless. Don't be like that one goody two shoes doesn't do anything. Basically, that's fun.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And don't be a snitch, or we're gonna come into your house and find you.
Well, okay, that's quick.
Listen, man, I don't like no snitches.
Well, yeah, no one does. They
Gotta
ruin the
mind.
fun. But,
Some people
you
gotta
know.
learn to mind their own business. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
when it gets too far, then
Yeah.
that's when you should really think.
Now, let's finish off this podcast with a quote. What you say and do to people. Oh man, I messed it up already. Restart. Let's end this podcast off with a smart quote. What you harm to a person can